Thangam Debbonaire joins me now from Westminster. Good afternoon to you. So I wonder what your reaction is to this 30,000-word report, which is far more emphatic than most people imagined it might turn out to be.
Well, this is a really damning report. It shows that Boris Johnson repeatedly lied. He misled the House of Commons and failed to correct the record more than 30 times. And that's really serious because what he lied about was whether or not COVID rules were broken at a time when people up and down the country were really struggling, really suffering because they were trying to stick to the rules. Now, what's worse than that, I think, in many ways, is not only did he do that, but he then rubbished the committee's findings when he didn't vote against the committee being set up. We set the committee up, we asked them to do a good job, and that's what they did. And then Rishi Sunak, our current Prime Minister, is so weak that he couldn't stand up to his predecessor's attempt to get a load of honours through just before he resigned as an MP. He could have said, look, we'll wait until the report comes out, but he didn't. And meanwhile, he's also, our current Prime Minister is so out of touch, but he allowed taxpayers' money to be wasted, hundreds of thousands of pounds to be used on Boris Johnson's legal fees for the Privileges Inquiry. It's a disgrace, and it's also a massive distraction, this Tory psychodrama, from the things that really matter to people up and down the country, with rising crime and rising NHS waiting lists and a cost of living crisis. That's what Rishi Sunak should be concentrating on, and instead he's getting mired in sleaze and scandal yet again.
What do you make of Boris's contention that this was a kangaroo court, that the committee had made its mind up in advance of even remotely examining any of the evidence, that it's been a witch hunt, that it's been a waste of energy, a waste of money, a waste of time? And anyway, he's walked out of the place, and so suspending him for 90 days or 900 days doesn't make a whit of difference, does it? It's all been a complete and utter waste of time.
I mean, let's work backwards. He walked out when he read the report. He was the only one, other than the committee, who'd read that report on Friday. And so when he read it and he saw what they intended to do, he walked away. He took the coward's way out. Now, he could, if he wanted to, have come on Monday to the House of Commons debate, which is actually where the decision will be made. We, the House of Commons, will choose whether or not we endorse the report. I will be choosing to endorse it. He could have decided to stand up if he really felt so wronged, but he chose to walk away. Now, going further back, I've not seen a shred of evidence from him of what the committee actually did wrong. Making these assertions that he believes they'd made up their minds in advance is not the same as actually reading the report carefully and pointing out where they've misinterpreted the evidence. I've read the report, many others will be poring over it at the moment, and I challenge anyone who's currently criticising the committee members who worked so hard to sift through that evidence to point to where they misinterpreted the evidence. They've done a diligent, careful job. Harriet Harman, who chaired the committee, did so diligently and well. There was a majority of Tory party members on the committee. We elected them to do this job unanimously. We will get to make the final decision. That will take place on Monday. If Boris Johnson really didn't like it, there's something he could have done about it. He could have come and spoken on Monday, but he took the coward's way out. So not only is he a liar, he's also a coward. And I think that's a poor state of affairs from a former Prime Minister, as well as being completely unprecedented.